Senator the Honorable Fazal Karim, Minister of Tertiary Education and Skills Training, and in the absence of our Honorable Anil Roberts, Minister of Sports, we have him being ably represented by Ms. Haydee Ann Harper from SPORTT, Mr. Curtis Manchun, Chairman of the Board of Governors, University of Trinidad and Tobago, Brother Michael Samuel, Board of Governors, UTT, Mr. Shaka Joseph, representing His Worship the Mayor of San Fernando, our Corporate Secretary, UTT, Mr. Darwin Manzano, Mr. Navin Bodai, Vice President, Business Development Unit, UTT, representatives from various national sporting organizations, members of UTT's senior academic and corporate staff, respected coaches of UTT, Professor Paul Blair, academic head of the sports program here at UTT, Mr. Darren Ganga, senior manager, sports and recreation, again UTT, of course, Mr. Shumari Hector, executive guild president, students, scholarship recipients and awardees, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the entire UTT family, a pleasant good afternoon and a very warm and cordial welcome to all of you on this rainy afternoon. It is indeed a very proud moment for us at the University of Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the nation at large. You know, as I stand here today and looking at your faces of our young sports scholarship awardees, the words of that song made very popular more than 20 years ago keeps activating my cranial neurons. And the title of that song, Is There Any Good News Today? Let us hear it for our sports awardees, the good news from Trinidad and Tobago. Because too often we become very depressed when we look at the headlines, but there's always some good news for us. I think we should all go back to that song. A mere 9 years and 9 months ago, a vision called UTT was given a chance by the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to become a reality. That vision planted on fertile soil, and after 9 long hot dry seasons, or should I say summers, followed by 9 long cold and sultry rainy seasons, or winters if you so desire, with constant weeding, molding, and fertilizing, this vision, UTT, has now matured into a 10-year-old idea whose time has now come to be the much-needed game changer, the essential catalyst required for the desired knowledge-driven and skills-driven socio-economic transformation of our society. Experience has shown us that if we are to transform our society, then our educational system, our curriculum, from preschool up to tertiary level institution, must be of necessity be geared towards the holistic development of all our citizens, whether those citizens come from the hills of Laventille or the plains of Caroni, or whether they come from Toko to Icacus, or from Charlottesville to Guayari, and that is what UTT is all about. A critical component of the holistic development of our citizens is sports in its various forms and fashion, whether it's be competitive or recreational. Sports and physical activity has been shown to be the bridge for the gap between knowledge and action. Sports and physical education is an essential component of a quality education, and sports program correlates, has been shown to correlate with improved academic performance. And listen to the words of Pierre de Coubertin. Sport is part of every man and woman's heritage, and in its absence can never be compensated for. I'd like to repeat that. Sport is part of every man and woman's heritage, and its absence can never be compensated for. We at UTT see sport as about participation, about inclusion and citizenship. Sports brings individuals and community together, highlighting commonalities and bridging cultural and ethnic divides. Sport is a forum to learn skills such as discipline, confidence, and leadership, and it teaches core principles such as tolerance, cooperation, and respect. Colleagues, sport teaches us the value of effort and how to manage victory as well as defeat. Sport is an effective tool for social mobilization, a significant economic force contributing to employment. Sport provides healthy alternatives to harmful activities. We see UTT and its stakeholders as key partners in changing the culture of sport and physical activity and encouraging more people to move from inactivity to physically active life. And that is why we at UTT and its founding fathers from inception set up the Academy of Sports and Leisure Studies, popularly called ASLS, something that other TLIs in Trinidad and Tobago are now only dreaming about. We at UTT lead, the others are following. And a few words about our Academy of Sports and Leisure Studies here at UTT. This unit was established in 2007 and currently consists of 5 subunits, which are all geared to the develop student athletes ranging from recreational participation to competition and high performance excellence on the local, regional, and international levels. The ASLS is seen as the medium in which student athletes with national and international potential and experience could pursue an academic future, combining strong physical and athletic development in their chosen sporting disciplines through scholarship, coaching, training, and competition. Combining academic with the sports is critical. Excellence in sports without the academic component is a sure road to disaster, and history is replete with examples of this. But here in Trinidad and Tobago, when we combine sports with academic excellence, we have success because there's a life after sports. And the examples of the Wendell Motleys and the Derek Murrays and Dr. Roger Bannister, etc., are all examples of combining sport with education. The mission of UTT's ASLS is manifold, and I'd like to just quickly mention some of these missions. To be a leader in the Caribbean in sports performance by consistently developing student athletes to perform in the global arena. That's one of our mission statements. The ASLS also sees itself as an academic institution where it's an international center for the conduct of relevant research in sports and physical development. And just last week, we had our graduate student who obtained his PhD in biomechanics. We see UTT as an entrepreneurial university, and through the ASLS, tapping our creative and innovative people, and through our research, development, and innovation, developing a vibrant sporting goods industry, which is a highly visible industry worldwide. And we don't have to tell you the names of those industries. The sporting industry is now one of the biggest industries, although it's a very young industry. And it's growing at a rapid rate. With increasing economic relevance, sports also incorporate many industrial sectors and services. Some of the other roles of the Academy of Sports and Leisure Studies include to plan and implement student, staff, and community initiatives and events to encourage competition and to promote wellness and healthy lifestyles. Networking with national sporting organizations and international universities to enhance local programs and develop UTT's international brand. It also sees itself as involving in networking with local government bodies to forge alliances to develop facilities and establish community outreach programs. For we see UTT as integral to the community, or as we would say today, UTT is vested in the bowels of our society. The other unit of the ASLS is the High Performance Unit, referred to as the HP unit. And this was established to provide scholarship athletes with the best quality coaching, training, and competition to develop their potential to national and international level. Currently, we have 85 scholarship student athletes with 9 high-performance coaches. And these coaches utilize their knowledge, skills, and experience to expertly plan and execute coaching in the disciplines of football, track and field, cricket, basketball, volleyball, table tennis, netball, and swimming. And also we have the rehabilitation unit, which is very important in sports, and that is designed to cater for injury prevention, testing, and rehabilitation of our students in need. And then we have another subunit called the Success Unit. And the Success Unit strives to provide top quality, accessible, and exciting sporting opportunities at all participation levels to develop lifelong interest in sport and recreation, while encouraging healthy lifestyles practiced by students, staff, and the neighboring communities. You know, it is often said that a healthy body is an essential prerequisite to a healthy, productive, and creative mind. And a creative mind is the foundation of an innovative society. So now we can see what is the importance of sport. The Success Unit also focuses on the planning and execution of approximately 25 success programs. And just to give you an example of some of these success programs, intercampus and intra-campus leagues in 2020 cricket, windball cricket, table tennis, basketball, netball, volleyball, football, and beach football. The Success Unit is also involved in inter-university leagues, which are established with other TLIs such as the Roytech, COSTAT, UE, and the University of the Southern Caribbean. And I think credit needs to be given to the Success Unit, which championed the formation of the Tertiary Sports Association of Trinidad and Tobago. And this sporting association is now accredited by the FISU, that is the International University Sports Federation. I think they need a round of applause for that. And UTT Sports Day attracts the largest number of students, staff, and community involvement. We now even have dragon boat racing. This is a recent addition to some of the activities. There's also community involvement, which caters for initiatives in the various campus locations. And as I said, that UTT is really embedded in the bowels of our society. At present, the Academy of Sports and Leisure Studies assists Aliscon Comets, for example, youth development program in Charleville, the Taruba Cricket Club of San Fernando, and also primary and secondary schools in Sangre Grande and Toco. But today is not so much about the Academy of Sports and Leisure Study. It's about you, the young scholarship awardees. And therefore, I want to focus a minute or two in addressing our young scholarship awardees. As you celebrate today, I want you to think of all those, in whatever small way, may have made this event occurring today. And therefore, I want you to think of your parents and loved ones and the sacrifices they have made. Think of the taxpayers whose hard-earned dollars that has made GATE possible, providing you, in addition to with a monthly stipend, accommodation, meal allowances, transportation, uniforms, etc. And of course, coupled with a sound educational training. Think also, as you celebrate this evening, of the vision of our government, and especially that of our current minister, whose vision is to expand access to GATE, not to cut it back. However, as is often said, it is not a free-for-all. To whom much is given, much is expected. I want you this evening to remember this, and you have to keep your part of the bargain. You are very, very fortunate, I want you to realize, to be in Trinidad and Tobago at this point in time. We are, in fact, the envy of the rest of the Caribbean, whose parents, etc., must literally fork out money to pay for tertiary level education. It's all free for us. You may recall a couple of years ago where in London, students took to the streets because of an increase in fees. In the United States, almost every single student attending university has to pay back a loan for many, many years afterwards, graduating. So therefore, I want you to think of this as you celebrate today. I want you to also think of this, that success is not simply having a high-paying job, an exclusive home and a car, or winning a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games or the World Championships or the Olympics. If that's what success means to you, then it will have very little value. It will be like salt that has lost its savor. And as again, I want to quote the minister here, not ad verbatim, but to this effect. Let not this opportunity lead to brain drain. Let it lead to brain gain. In other words, after gaining success here, you simply migrate. We want you to remain here and develop this country. Success is only meaningful when you use your God-given talent and opportunities given to you today to nurture the minds and change the lives of your less fortunate brothers and sisters. When you look into the eyes of every person you come into contact and you see another human being like yourself, that is what success is all about. The future belongs to you only if you can describe it and get involved in that future. And according to the futurist Gitte Lanson, he says, cooperations will replace corporations in the future. And to quote Kofi Annan, the former UN Secretary General, as I close, and he said, and I quote, "People in every nation love sport. It values fitness, fair play, teamwork, and pursuit of excellence, no matter what their origin, background, religious belief, or economic status." Those are the words of Kofi Annan. Let us all reach out and be part of the healthy society for a better Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you.